You see, I'm laughing because I didn't think the Austrians had such a great sense of humor, living next to Germany and all, but it seems that they do. You see, a couple of weeks back, they announced their newly redesigned 1290 Super Adventure S, the more road-going version. And everyone was asking, hey, where's the R? Where's the off-road beast everyone knows KTM for? One day. That's all KTM gave Harley to bask in their glory of finally bringing their Pan America Adventure bike to market. And then KTM launched the 1290 Super Adventure R, put Chris Birch on it to show everyone how it's actually done. Well played, Austrians, well played.
Hi, I'm Chris Birch and this is the 2021 KTM 1290 Super Adventure R.
Welcome back to Long Way Home, everyone. The place where getting your motorcycle news is easier than Dave getting into a Harley dealership, but not by much. The 1290 Super Adventure R is KTM's latest entry to the fierce battle that is the large, premium, off-road capable adventure bike. And they say this is the best one they've ever made. Let's see what they're on about. Stick around. So Dave, how was that yoga retreat of yours? Wherever it is you went? Did you make any friends or wasn't it that kind of meetup? Dave, we're not rolling the intro. Just press the button, please. With the R version of the 1290 Super Adventure, KTM has tried to make it a lot more agile, a lot more responsive when riding in the dirt. And they went about this a couple of different ways. Firstly, they tinkered with the frame a little, making it actually shorter and shifting the steering head back by 15mm. Then, the engine was repositioned more to the front as well to bring some of that weight with it. And to also shift some of the weight down, KTM implemented a similar tank as on its 890 Adventure, this time a 3-pod design with the 2 side pods carrying fuel down low. All of this was topped off with a longer swing arm designed to give better feel of the terrain.
Trails that previously I would have been having to put a lot of rider input in to keep the bike stable, to manage the bike. Now I can just blaze straight through with no concern, relax, just letting the bike cope with it. More efficient riding, easier riding, happy time.
Next, it was the suspension's turn. While the more road-going S version was fitted with semi-active WP suspension, which adjusts the damping on the fly while you're riding, KTM didn't think this was a necessary headache for its off-road monsters. So they instead fitted the R with more capable 48mm WP Explorers. These can now be adjusted for both compression and rebound using easy controls on top of the forks, so no need to get off the bike anymore. The suspension travel is now at a massive 220mm both on the front and the rear, so the R can definitely tackle really any terrain you throw at it. Unfortunately, this also means the seat height is about 10mm higher than the S version, but 10mm lower than the outgoing older model. So if you had trouble getting on that, maybe you will be better fitted on the new one. Sticking with ergonomics, the windshield, the foot pegs, the levers and the handlebars are all fully adjustable, so you can set it up just the way you want. The engine is pretty much the same as on the S version, an updated LC8 putting out 160 horsepower. KTM has reworked some of the insides, shaved some weight off and optimized heat dissipation because a toasty engine while you're sweating off-road is nobody's idea of fun. And to help with this even more, the one-piece large radiator in front was replaced with a split radiator setup that will guide all the hot air to the sides away from the bike and the rider. Brilliant decision. I'm always a fan of split radiators on off-road bikes. And for more ease of use, the airbox has been redesigned as well, which means that the air filter can now be easily replaced simply by removing 4 screws. KTM has also added proper larger off-road wheels to the R, 21-inch in the front and an 18-incher on the rear, both spoked and can be fitted with tubeless tires as well. On the electronics front, KTM took the less is more approach. While they made a big fuss about including their new radar-assisted cruise control on the road-going S version, it seems that wasn't deemed necessary for the R version. It's not even an optional on their accessories list, and I know this will make a lot of you very happy. Your normal array of IMU, cornering ABS, cornering traction control, cruise control, keyless ride as standard, an optional quick shifter, all of these make an appearance, but the R gets its own rally riding mode. This means you can set up your own ABS intervention and 9 different levels of traction control, so there is no need to constantly switch between riding modes. Obviously, you can't really form an opinion unless you've ridden it, but if KTM is to be believed, this is the best large adventure bike they've ever made. A lot more agile than the previous version, weight distributed low and to the front, proper capable off-road suspension, and not packed with unnecessary electronics. Good package, nice little change in color scheme as well, and this is definitely on my to-ride list for this year. Don't worry, I'm not gonna replace you. It's a very jealous bike. In the meantime, why don't you drop down in the comment section below and let us all know what you think of KTM's new off-road monster. Dave would really like to read your comments on this, unless he's forgotten how to read at yoga camp. Hey Dave? Any other surprises from you? Well, that's the show for today, everyone. If you've enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and if you think you've learned something new, consider subscribing or becoming one of our patrons to help us make more of these shows. Cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.